Iniesta versus the wall. By the time the Euro 2012 final kicked off, Spain had already turned football into a science experiment: possession, triangles, tap-tap pass. But what they did to Italy and Kiev felt like a performance piece. Final score 4-0. But that's not the moment people remember. You see, midway through the first half, there's this now famous freeze frame. Andrés Iniesta, maybe 5 feet 7 inches on a good day, surrounded by 5 Italian defenders like he's wearing a GPS tracker that says, "Swarm me." Bonucci, Chiellini, Pirlo, all locked in. But Iniesta? Calm. Ball at his feet. No panic. Just vibes. Iniesta didn't score that night. Didn't even assist. But he ran the show so elegantly, UEFA named him Player of the Tournament on the spot. That moment, him floating in the middle of a blue cage, ended up everywhere. By the way, if you guys liked the video and subscribe, I'm gonna start posting a lot here. Thanks. The night San Siro burned. This one looked like a Champions League quarter-final until it turned into a live-action war zone. April 12, 2005, Inter versus AC Milan, a packed San Siro, city rivals, and blood already simmering. Milan were up 1-0 in the second leg, 3-0 on aggregate when Esteban Cambiaso thought he'd pulled one back for Inter. He celebrated like it counted, the referee didn't. Then the flares came, 1, 2, then a whole rainstorm of them from the Curva Nord. And not just onto the pitch, one firework actually hit Milan's keeper Dida, sending him to the ground holding his shoulder. That was it. UEFA stopped the game for 20 minutes. Players stood around like it was halftime at a riot. The ref tried to restart, but when even more flares started flying, he just called it. Abandoned. Done. The aftermath was brutal. Inter were fined €200,000, banned from having fans in parts of the stadium for future games, and Italy's football rep took a major PR hit. But here's the twist. Amid the smoke, violence, and chaos, one photo broke the internet. Marco Materazzi and Rui Costa standing still, shoulder to shoulder, watching the flames. Everything was on fire, but those two, total serenity, a meme, a poster, a moment of football zen during one of UEFA's ugliest nights. Ole's goal and the impossible treble. May 26, 1999. Camp Nou. The clock hit 90 and Bayern fans were already celebrating. Scarves out, trophy ribbons red and white. Manchester United looked like they were done. Then came stoppage time, corner kick. Beckham stepped up. Teddy Sheringham poked it in, 1-1. Bayern were rattled, but there was still time. 93 minutes in, United won another corner. Beckham again. Sheringham flicked it, and then Ole Gunnar Solskjær stuck out a foot, guided it into the roof of the net, and flipped the script completely. Sir Alex Ferguson went full volcano on the sideline. Bayern players collapsed. Peter Schmeichel cartwheeled across the pitch. United fans lost their minds. Just like that, the treble was complete. Premier League, FA Cup, Champions League, all in one season. And Solskjær, the super sub, went from bench warmer to club legend in under 90 seconds. That goal tattooed his name into Manchester United history, and the freeze frame of him sliding in celebration, arms wide, face screaming, is pure football adrenaline. The gentleman's rivalry. El Clasico usually feels like a 90-minute cage match, tempers boiling, studs flying, fans barking. But on December 23rd, 2017, something weird happened, something wholesome. Barcelona had just steamrolled Real Madrid at the Bernabéu, 3-0, and emotions were hanging by threads. In the middle of all that heat, Lionel Messi took a tumble near the sideline. And guess who walked over and offered him a hand? Cristiano Ronaldo. The same guy fans spent years comparing him to. The same guy who had just watched his team get dismantled on home turf. He could have walked away. He didn't. He picked Messi up and the internet immediately combusted. The photo got shared everywhere. Twitter, Reddit, fan forums. No filters, no Photoshop. Just two of the greatest footballers ever, acting like grown men in the middle of football's pettiest rivalry. But that wasn't anything compared to his iconic picture against Lamine Yamal, which we will cover in the video. Zidane's last walk. Berlin, July 9th, 2006. World Cup final. 90 minutes of tension, 1-1 on the scoreboard, and France leaning hard on their captain. Then came the 97th minute. Zinedine Zidane, one of the coolest players ever to wear a pair of boots, turned around and headbutted Marco Materazzi straight in the chest. No push, no swing, just a full-on head-down body shot that dropped the Italian like a sack of bricks. Ref didn't see it live, but the fourth official did. After a brief huddle, out came the red card, and that's when it got surreal. Zidane walked toward the tunnel, past the trophy, past the fans, past the noise, and didn't flinch. The camera followed him from behind as he disappeared down the corridor. The best player in the world in his final match, getting sent off with the whole planet watching. France went on to lose the shootout. Zidane missed his goodbye, no trophy lift, no celebration, just a slow exit and a single image that became one of the most dissected and symbolic photos in football history. Ronaldo versus Lamine Yamal. During the Nations League final, all eyes were on the kid, 17-year-old Lamine Yamal, barely old enough to drive, already playing like he owned the pitch. But across from him stood a football time capsule, Cristiano Ronaldo, 40 years old, captain's armband, game face on. Then came the fourth goal. Ronaldo slammed it in, took the ball, then did his classic celebration right in front of Yamal. Cold, calculated, ruthless. Twitter collapsed in seconds. What looked like a passing of the torch turned into a reminder. The old guard still had fire. Messi's silent statement. It was on April 23rd, 2017 at Santiago Bernabéu. 92nd minute. The score was 2-2. Legs were gone, tempers boiling, and Barcelona needed something, anything. Sergi Roberto turned into Usain Bolt, glided through midfield, slipped it to Jordi Alba, who squared it across the box. And Messi, calm, collected, covered in grass stains, slotted it past Keylor Navas. Goal number 500 for Barcelona, in El Clásico, at the death. Then came the moment. Messi walked toward the Real Madrid crowd, pulled off his shirt and held it up like a billboard. Arms stretched, name facing them, silence from the home fans, mayhem everywhere else, no celebration, no words, just vibes. It looked choreographed, but it wasn't. Pure instinct, pure theatre, and that's it. Which football moments do you think we left out? Comment down below. As you leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more amazing videos like this one.